Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. A slightly unusual start to the show. It's a new year, so we're doing it slightly different. Hello and welcome to Boxing Talk with Raphie. And the title of this piece is The Gervonta Davis, the Tank Davis Problem. Okay, so let me come out of this loop. I'm just working on as we speak. Get into the usual music. Okay. Let's line this up. Let's come out to that and let's get into this. Hello and welcome, one and all. Where's my normal music? Where is it? Okay. Hello and welcome to Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, the first show of the new year, 2023. Slightly later than usual. You know, work comes first. Pleasure comes later. First things first, let's put up what we got to put up. Where is it? There it is. Boom. Are we sharing? Yeah, we sharing. Sharing is caring. I can't hear myself up in the cans. 1 2 1 2. Okay. Live and direct to you. What's going on? Let's drop the link to the show in the chat. And there it is. Where we at? Happy New Year. Aaron Daly up in the building. How you doing, Aaron? Hope you had a good Christmas and saw in the new year nicely, whether you was out or sitting in front of the fire with the missus and the dog. I don't know, you got a cat? You got a dog or a cat? Salute to the Combat Radio Nation. Okay, and the Raphie has enjoyed the holiday season, the holiday period. You know what I mean? I've had got some nice long walks in. I didn't overdo the alcohol. Didn't overdo it. Kept it moderate. Kept it cool. Kept it civilized. Philip Carl Roberts up in the building. How do you do? Hope you had a good Christmas. And the Raphie hasn't really been enjoying it. I haven't really been following. I haven't really been following the boxing scene too hard. You know what I'm saying? I had a nice and thorough break. And so these topics here, I'll be finding out just as you're finding out. You might know. You might know. You know what I mean? You might know. Okay, so it's going to be a voyage of exploration. You know what I mean? Shout out to them people over there in America who are getting snowed in under X amount of 12 foot of snow, 6 foot of snow. All them mad things. All them mad kind of inclement weather. Oh no, I hope you ain't lost nobody. I hope you ain't lost none of our Yankee friends. You know what I'm saying? With that inclement weather that they've experienced over there over the Christmas and the New Year's period. Getting snowed in and all that shiznix. Over here, certainly in Middle Earth, the weather has been calm. Very, very calm. How's it been where you are? Okay. Hello and welcome. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. The RDCR 2023. Okay. 2022 went away in a flash. You know what I mean? A lot of people expiring in 2023. Every day you turn on, you open your phone, somebody else is expired. Oh my gosh, yeah. How could I forget? What about Pele? Shout out. Hold on a second. Let's do the fella. I'm sure the last show we did in 2022, we had the passing of Terry Hall. And then a couple of days ago, we lost greatest football player the world has ever known. Did he win 3 World Cups? He won 3 World Cups over 3 decades. What's this? I hate these damn rejector. Sells me cookies. I always look for the rejector, save and close. Get the hell on up out of here. Let's put the proper. Let's switch that screen. Let's give Pele his due. Where is it? Is he up there? You see him? Okay, it's better than nothing. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. He won 3 World Cups over 3 decades. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, where is that? Let's get out of that. Let's find a better one. That's the least we could do. What's that there? No. Where is that? What is this? What is this? Images. I like this one. Open that. Like so. Let's have a look. Oh Lord. I reckon I disagree to all. It's not even the picture I was looking for. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the picture I'm looking for? Let's get rid of that. Let's open this. Can make this picture bigger. And open the image. I'll make that smaller. Yeah, I'll do. Stop sharing that and start sharing this. Boom. 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 How's that look? Yes. Okay, what's going on here? Had a good Christmas. Hope you had a good one. Jeeves has probably perfected cooking the turkey by now. Indeed. Of course, I had to let Jeeves go to his family. The Raphie had dinner with family. Family affair. All the Raphie got to do is tan up. All the Raphie's got to do is tan up. You know what I'm saying? With a nice bottle of Beaujolais. You know, everything is good. Nice bottle of Beaujolais, box of chocolates. Well, no, that's a bit controversial these days. You know, the ladies always watching their figure. So you got to be careful. All good. A chilled one from me. I was back home by 12:30. Excellent day. Very responsible. You know what I'm saying? Raphie spent the evening outdoors watching the fireworks with a light tipple. Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Nice and chilled. Okay, so I hope everybody had a good one. R.I.P. to Pele. Won 3 different World Cups over 3 different decades. That's something. That is something to behold. Not on mine. Indeed. Okay. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you without the dope podcast. The stepped up. He was 17 when he won his first World Cup. It was a big part of it too. He scored the goal in the 1-0 victory against Wales. Okay. 17 when he won the first one. I wonder how old he was when he won the last one. But 17 over 3 decades. I mean, 3 World Cups over 3 decades is nothing to sneeze at. That's good. That's some good going. Good going indeed. Okay. So salute to the fella. He had a good life, I believe, and was an ambassador for the sport. Hell of an ambassador for the sport. But now, let's cancel that. Now we move on. Raphie hasn't really been following the boxing, but we are going to get into it with the hot topic of the moment. Raphie ain't really been following it, but I'm going to be finding out about it now as we look at the data, as we look at the evidence. Okay, let's get the screen right and let's get into it. Oh, not that. Boom. Okay. Ahoy in the new year. I'm Kong up in the building. There's been not much boxing on at all. And if there was, I wouldn't have known. I just shut off. After just went into a different mode. Now don't mind. We're going to be looking at the boxing fixtures. As a matter of fact, let's have a look at that right now. Let me have a look, see what's going on in that regard. Let's have a look. Boom. Yeah. Get that out of here. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. So it's going to come alive now. Boxing is going to come alive now a little bit. Okay. So before we get into the Gervonta Davies thing, let's just have a quick look at the boxing fixtures, just so we know what's happening. Okay. So Gervonta Davies versus Garcia, and that's taking place on Saturday the 7th. So that's going to be, this Saturday coming. Jaron Ennis versus Chukadzayan. Also Saturday the 7th. What's that one? What networks are we looking at? That's US show. What's that? Showtime? Yeah, Showtime. US Showtime. That's the Gervonta Davies. Ennis, I would imagine, it's on the same card. US Showtime also. Yeah, should be on the same card. Looks like it might be on the same card. That's 3 a.m. start. Ennis Chuk Zion. And the Davies versus Garcia, that's a 4 a.m. start. Personally, I'm going to be tucked up in bed. I'm going to be up at 4 a.m. And Andrade versus Nicholson. What's that one? Oh, he's not with the zone anymore. That's 2 a.m. Looks like the same card again. 2 a.m. US Showtime. I wonder if that's going to be on should be Or is this going to be on Sky? Is this going to be on Sky TV UK? Interesting. Okay. We got to shut that down for now. And get back into the topic, the main topic for discussion. Okay. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Okay, we're going to start with this. Okay. Hopefully this is nice and loud enough for you, but okay. So we all know Gervonta Davies. As a matter of fact, let me let this lady talk you through it. The latest on Gervonta Davies.
Davis assault claims the woman who accused Davis appears to be walking back her claims. TMZ is reporting Vanessa Paso, the mother of Davis's daughter, posted on Instagram that she and Davis were both at fault for the argument. Davis was arrested earlier this week in Florida on a domestic violence charge, and he denied the accusations. Davis was released from jail on Wednesday.
Okay. So, Gervonta Davies, UGC Flame up in the building. How do you do? Hope you had a good Christmas. Saw in the new year nicely. Okay. So, Gervonta Davies up in the news for the wrong reasons. I've heard bits and pieces about this. So we're going to go and take a look into it. Don't know much about it. So let's dive into it. Gervonta Tank Davies allegations. Reject all. Okay, let's share this. Okay, you can see it. It's on the screen. Let's deep dive into the Gervonta Tank Davies situation. Ever changing by the day. Okay. So advisory note for those of a sensitive disposition. The following story deals with domestic violence or an allegation of domestic violence. And as such, may be disturbing for some viewers. So, caution is advised. Okay, so what's this? Caution is advised. Okay, so let's have a look at this thing. Okay, so less than 2 weeks before he fights Hector Luis Garcia, boxing star Gervonta Tank Davies was arrested for an alleged domestic violence incident. Okay, so Davies, WBA regular lightweight champion, was booked into Broward County Jail in Florida on a charge of battery causing bodily harm. Davies is currently training in Florida. He's currently training in Florida for his fight against Garcia, scheduled this Saturday, 7th of January. Okay, so a court hearing was set for early Wednesday morning, as per Boxing Scene's Jake Donovan. Davies was charged with 1 count of battery causing bodily harm. Bond was set, or has been set, for $1,000. For what is considered a first-degree misdemeanor in Florida. Okay, so details from the arrest were revealed by ESPN's Mike Pockinger. Davies, who was not under the influence during the ordeal, allegedly struck a woman on the right side of her head, leaving her with a small abrasion to the inside of her upper lip on the right side of her mouth. He allegedly used what was described by police as a closed hand type of slap. Closed hand slap. That's interesting. I'm going to have to look for the definition of a closed hand slap. TMZ later released exclusive audio of the phone call between the woman accusing Davies and the 911 operator, saying she was in danger. Please help me. I need help, please. I'm trying to go home. I have my baby in the car and he attacked me in front of the kid. Now he's messing up my tires. He's going to kill me. Davies was later released from custody and he took to social media to defend himself in a recently deleted post. Okay, let's have a look at the what? Dang, that's a long one. Okay, but it's worth it. It's worth it. We got to do this properly. Don't let these people misguide you all on this BS. This was just yesterday, moments before me and my child's mother had an argument, watching Frozen with my oldest daughter. I never put my hands on my child's mother, nor my daughter. Are you effing crazy? I'm not a monster. I've been quiet for too long. I don't have a media team, PR, good lawyers, spokesman, nothing of that. That's the only reason I'm doing this now, just to clear my name. I've been doing this shizzle on my own since I started this shizzle. These people done put out so much stuff, aired this everywhere, and have I have an effing helicopter flying over my house now as I write this, because they look at this shizzle as money to them and trying to get as much money as possible. They rushed to my child's mother, offering her $50K just to press charges, like they did to my first child's mother. So bad they couldn't get her. So they got a lady they claimed was her into a mess also. A lady that's known for suing people for money reasons. They got her, which I have to pay $300K. What? And I didn't lay a finger on her or even know what this lady looked like. They're doing this for money and also to destroy me. I am not a monster. I have two beautiful daughters that I have to grow up someday and see. They will have to grow up someday and see this BS. They post this BS worldwide before anything. They even post a snippet of the police call, which my child mother was crying on the phone because I wouldn't give her my truck. You're all bad for the culture. Y'all don't care if it's true or false. He did it or didn't. Y'all just want to put it out there because it's beneficial to y'all business. Oh dear. 28-year-old's fight. The 28-year-old's fight takes place inside the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. It would be the first step towards a Ryan Garcia clash if this takes place. As of now, his fight with Hector Luis Garcia is on, as Showtime told the RDCR. Yeah, they're looking into the situation. Okay, so There's some more stuff, but I think that's the crux of it. That's the nub of it. That's the hub of it. How do I get rid of that? Okay, and so now we're gonna have to look at this. Okay, so I'm joined. What is this? Is that punch or inside of the glove type thing? Damn. Wizard Sleeves up in the building, and I am joined by our man in the Caribbean. I hope you missed the storms. The storm that's been going down the east coast of the USA. Iron Kong, how do you do?
What storms?
There was some storms all down the east coast of the USA, and I know you're.
Oh, the snowstorms?
Yeah.
Oh, so we would get like a lot of the cold air, and it was markedly colder down here. So we did get a lot of the cold residuals from that.
Yes.
So yeah,
yes.
You know, it just goes to show that we're not actually that far away.
For real. It's the East Coast coming all the way down to Florida. When I heard that it hit Florida, I thought, wow, well, that's just up the road from the Caribbean. So I thought, wow, that's rough. But anyway, I trust that you had a good holiday season.
Yeah, it's carnival time here.
Oh,
today was the grand parade.
Wow.
So it's been okay. I'm not a Christmas man myself. My wife loves Christmas.
Yeah.
I myself, I more observe Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
If anything, I observed that yesterday was the last day of Kwanzaa, which was the principle of Imani or faith, my brother. And that ends the 7-day observance of Kwanzaa, which starts on the 26th.
Awesome.
So
beautiful.
Yeah, man, but it's been good. We have a lot of holidays here because Carnival mixed with the Christmas holidays and all of that.
Yeah.
And you get like almost like a week off. So
it's
great.
It's great. Good time of year.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. We didn't have no white Christmas, so that's good. I don't need to be white Christmas for me.
What? No snow up in Birmingham?
No.
So it hasn't started snowing at all up there yet, or
no? We did have some snow the previous week, and so it was lingering around. Snow was lingering around till about 3 days before Christmas. I think about 3 days before Christmas, and then it all cleared. And so we didn't get a white Christmas, which is all good with me. It was a great firework display on New Year's Eve night. Great firework display. So out in the garden with a nice special brew. I was looking up to the sky. Saw it nicely. Hell of a Christmas firework display. Because I live by a big park area, and I got some neighbors who don't spare. Every little celebration, they got the fireworks out, and there's a bunch of them. And so we got hell of a nice firework display to see in the new year, now in 2023. So it's all good with me. I haven't been keeping up with the boxing. I haven't done a show for probably around 10 days. So Raphie's come back fresh. We've come back to some controversy. Have you been keeping up with this Tank Davies goings on?
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but miss it. I did listen to the TMZ video with the call. Black put in the chat the UGC Flame. We shared the video, we listened to it. We made the same observation that it just seemed odd. She never, the 911 lady kept asking her, who is hitting you, who's attacking? She wouldn't say. What's your address? She wouldn't say. And that's when he was like, okay, this seems a bit off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the 911 person is asking you who's trying to kill you, where are you? You're not saying the name, you're not saying where you are. All he's saying is come help me, he's crazy. But who's crazy? Where are you so I can come help you? And it was like, okay, whatever, man. But it's just interesting how there's this I like to call it a war on black men. No, Tank Davis is a known woman beater. He's convicted of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's convicted of that. But in America, it's very easy to weaponize the police against black men. And this woman who he has a child with is aware that you can weaponize the police against a black man.
Yes.
And then come on and say, you know what? Nah, I was just playing.
Oh dear.
I was just emotional. I was just playing. But it shows that Tank Davis also has very poor taste in women.
Yes.
He obviously has no idea what a healthy relationship looks like, because all of them seem to be disastrous, abusive in some way. And he obviously doesn't have anybody to tell him, look, man, you need to stay away from this type of people. But I see them say that they're going to counseling, and I was like, you need to be going to custody court to get your child away from this crazy woman.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. Tank Davis. I'm just going into Twitter now. Let me write his name in. Javonta Davis. There he is. Let me have a little scroll. What do I need to do here? Let's share my screen. Boom, boom, boom. Let's share the screen. Javonta Davis. See if you can see that. Yep. So let me have a little look. Javonta Davis. Okay, well, it makes sense that he's not advertising the allegations against him. Hold on a second. Javonta Davis allegation. Javonta Davies allegation. No results for Javonta Davies allegation. Let's go back to that, then let's come out to that. That's no good to me. Okay, so yeah. So what I get from it is there's been an allegation, and then the lady withdrew the allegation and said that he didn't hit her after saying that he did. Javonta Davis sued. Javonta Davis calls domestic allegation abuse BS. Projector. Let's show this. Exhibit B. How does this look on the screen? Okay. Let's bring this over. Okay, so woman who accused Javonta Davis of assaulting her says she made unnecessary call. Unnecessary. But the woman who claimed the Baltimore native Javonta Tank Davis assaulted her is softening her allegations on social media. Okay, according to TMZ, Vanessa Passo said in an Instagram post that she made an unnecessary call to law enforcement in an intense moment when she was frantic. Passo, the mother of 28-year-old boxer's daughter, went on to say that Davies did not harm her or her daughter. The state of our relationship has been in a fragile space, and Javonta and I were both at fault for the argument. The couple has sought counseling. Davies was arrested. Yeah, we know that. He's been held in custody, been released on 1,000 bond, made a lengthy Instagram post. The police report stated that Davies struck the woman with a closed hand type slap. The report went on to say the strike caused, there's been a release of the audio of the frantic call. Davies is scheduled to appear in Baltimore Circuit Court in February the 16th for an alleged involvement in an unrelated hit and run incident in November 2020. Davies is accused of fleeing the scene of an accident that involved 4 people, including a pregnant woman. I was just going to joke that I hope there wasn't a pregnant woman involved. I was just going to joke that, and then I read that, including the pregnant woman. Okay. He's facing 14 charges, including failure to immediately return and remain at the scene of an accident involving bodily injury. He's also facing a civil suit. Okay, so the civil suit facing him. Looking to get some of that money. Davies has had multiple. Okay. Former 130 is for the scheduled headline. Okay, so the headline there is that the lady in question, Vanessa Postle, said she made an unnecessary call. It's kind of vague. It's all very, very vague. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so my take on all of this, my take on this situation is that I don't know. Well, let's start with women. Let's start with the type of woman. Let's start with the type of woman that Javonta Davies has been dating. Let's start with them. I don't know about the first one. The first one, we saw him right here on the Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. We did a live show where I think I did a video showing him dragging what I believe to be his first baby mama out of her seat at the basketball game. We did that. We did that over here. We covered that. So we saw that. We saw him dragging a lady out of a seat. Apparently his first baby mama. So I think that's where we should probably start. Okay, let's start with his behavior. I don't know what imprint, because I'm of the opinion that people tend to replicate the model they saw. So if a guy is known for giving his lady a backhander, you know what I'm saying? A backhander. If he's known for that, then I always speculate that that's probably the model that he was raised with. You know, his father was accustomed to raising his hand to his mother. Or maybe it was a stepfather. Or maybe it was a series of stepfathers that he saw raise their hand to his mother. You'd have thought that would turn the guy the other way and said, no, I'll never do that, bro. Unfortunately, it appears to me, although I'm not a scientist on this matter, but it appears to me that the guys who act in such a way are acting out what they saw in their home or homes. So maybe if these allegations are true, that he's raising his hand to these ladies, even though this lady's retracted her statement. But if it is true that he's raising his hands to ladies, if that is true, if that is an allegation, I don't know if it is outside of this situation. Oh yeah, it is, because he said so himself. He said another lady is suing him. Or did he say he actually had to pay another lady? He's got to pay another lady. So if I read that right, then there's another lady out there who was alleged that he raised his hand to her. Was it true or was it false? We don't know right about now. We don't know. But if he was raised in such an environment, then that might explain, if the allegation is true that he raised his hand, that might explain why he seems to have this imprint on his brain, that he thinks that this is how, if it is true, that he thinks that this is how a relationship should be, how it's normal. If it is true, and I'm not saying it is, but if it is true, then clearly the guy needs counseling, needs therapy, needs help. I hope it is not true. I hope it is not true. And if it is not true, then he probably still needs help, and he probably still needs therapy. He needs to talk some things through. Because if it is not true, then he seems to have poor taste. His taste in a woman isn't helping him. If he keeps on meeting women who are making false accusations against him, then that would suggest to me that the fella needs some kind of help when it comes to the decision-making process about finding his finding a spouse, a suitably matched spouse. Seems like he might need some help, because if he keeps on meeting these women who are making false allegations against him, then something is very, very wrong. I hope it's not true. But either way, he needs some help, because it ain't healthy. It's not going to be healthy for his career. These allegations, if they are untrue, it's not going to be helpful for his career. These allegations, if they are true. So either way, he needs help to make better choices. Either better choices in his behavior or better choices in his choice of ladies. He needs help. Kid needs help. Well, I think he said that. I think he said in the article that he was having to pay out $300,000 to a woman.
Anyway, Raphie, just whatever, man. Look here. That man is a convicted woman beater, right?
Yeah.
This one, I don't know if he hit her or she just overreacted for real. What I'm saying, as I said before, he has to be aware of the situation that he's in as a man, where women can weaponize the police against you. He obviously has very poor taste in women. Mm-hmm. He obviously has bad decision-making skills.
Yeah.
Because as far as I know, he's supposed to be in camp. And I don't think his camp was in Florida. Right? Mm-hmm. So he should have been where he should have been. If he's saying he wants to spend time with his family, that's the sacrifice you make when you become a fighter. Your fight is a week away. You're supposed to be nowhere near your family. You're supposed to be in camp while you're around your girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Raphie, let's keep it real. Yeah. This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Right? These are crazy people.
Yeah.
And probably she's one of them chicks who basically, like, you know, you can't send nothing to her, don't send nothing to me. I know how to call the cops on you. And if you listen to the audio file, something was off about it.
Yeah.
Again, she's not saying who's assaulting her. She's not saying where she is. All she's saying is come quick, come quick, come quick. You know, just come help me. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that. Right? Mm-hmm. Tank has to know he's in a situation where he has cases pending and all this other foolishness. You know what I mean? You can't be nowhere near this crazy. And the thing is, a lot of us get into relationships with people who we see obvious red flags in, The red flags, they'll be cute when we start quoting them. It'll be cute, like, man, you know, she kind of crazy, but she fine, you know what I mean?
For real.
You know what I mean? She kind of crazy, but she fine, you know what I mean? That, you know, that,
on a few of them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But they look good, but the craziness kind of make them more appealing to you.
For real.
What you don't do is breed them up. You don't gonna pick me with them.
No way.
Check. You can't pick me with woman who got no craziness about them. When you see the red flags, say, okay, you're good for a little good time, and then we move on.
Yeah, you give a little time limit. You say, okay, I think I can ride this out for a couple of months.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you gotta deal with this person forever. Forever. So I hope it's not true.
Yeah.
But the brother got a lot of issues.
He
got the issues legally right now he gotta deal with still.
Yeah.
He pay off one of them to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the one that he kind of that he had to not had to, but the one that he physically disciplined on the basketball court.
It wasn't her.
Another one?
Yeah, different one.
Oh my God. Anyway. So he has still the situation he in. You know, and this is why I say Tank Davis is more known for things outside the ring than actually inside the ring. But he doesn't have a lot of real accomplishments inside the ring. He really hasn't done much in boxing at all. And he has to be very careful because there's a lot of people. Once you start to get infamous outside the ring, your name starts to get more and more called in legal circles. It takes one judge to say, I got you now. I got you now. And a jury who's going to say, okay, we finally got him in front of us. You know, it could be for littering.
Yeah.
And there was a give him 40 years. Not for the littering, but because you're in so much nonsense in your life that we finally got you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What was I looking for? Yeah, he's got to straighten out. He's making some poor choices, whether he's doing the actions or even if he's not doing the actions. He's getting with these. He's getting with. I think the basketball court that was on him. That was his behavior. But this lady here, lady, seems kind of scatty. Said he did it, then he didn't do it. And then the retraction's kind of vague. Did he or did he not do it? Retraction's kind of vague. An abrasion, a small, tiny abrasion on the inside of the lip. She could have bit the inside of a lip when she was eating. And that would leave a larger abrasion. So was that self-inflicted? Did he inflict it? Well, I was going to get to that, but thank you for pointing it out. Did you report on the Jojo Diaz coercing a minor? Yes, I absolutely did. I did a show covering that, and indeed, that's a talking point for this as well, which I wanted to get to, but you've prompted me to do so, and that we shall do now. See.
Raphie, have you ever seen this person on your page before?
Never.
Yeah, so this is one of these people who sees a name and wants to come in and ask a bunch of nonsense questions.
Yeah.
Never been here, never listened to a show, but probably see Tank Davies and let me come defend Tank.
That's all good. That's all good because I'm laying it out. And the point is about the Jojo Diaz thing is it's a point that I was going to make. And a point I'll make now because I did a show on Jojo Diaz on his crime, which was allegedly coercing a minor, sending. I think he was on the show. He was sending dick pics to an underage young lady.
We discussed the Jojo Diaz situation.
We did. We discussed it.
That was a while ago. We discussed that.
It was a while ago. We discussed it. But the point stands. The point does stand that wasn't covered in the way that I'm seeing this Tank Davies situation covered. I mean, what is worse? What is worse? And I mean, it's awkward. It's awkward to put the question, but I'm going to have to pick the question. I'm going to have to put the question. What is worse? Both are totally unacceptable. But what is worse? A man slapping a woman, which is totally unacceptable, by the way, or a man sending dick pics to an underage young lady. I say both of them are totally unacceptable. I don't know if I can say one's worse than the other, but to my own, I don't think it's right to say one's worse than the other. But to me personally, I think it's a man sending dick pics to an underage young lady. Or although both of them are totally unacceptable, if I had to say one was worse, I would have to say it's the pics to an underaged lady. And I must say, I myself have observed a bit of strangeness, because I didn't see at the time I did a show about it, but I didn't see many people covering that. And I didn't see as many people covering that as have covered this. And some have covered this one topic repeatedly, almost on a daily basis. And to those people, I say, well, how come you didn't do the same thing for Jojo Diaz? How come you didn't do the back-to-back shows on Jojo Diaz? Which one was the worst crime? They're both terrible crimes, but if you had to say one was worse than the other, wouldn't you say that was the Jojo Diaz case? And if so, why did you not cover the Jojo? Why did you not give the Jojo Diaz incident blanket coverage? Show after show after show after show. Come on now. Come on now. Hold on a second. We're gonna have to give you a little time out, my friend. I mean, you can express yourself, but you can do it respectfully.
Yeah, well, that's these types of guys, man. Anyway, it's the double-edged sword of fame, right? So when you want to be a big star, when you've achieved a certain level of notoriety, whether good or bad, so your crimes, your sins are broadcasted more than other people's, right?
Yeah.
Your mistakes in life are broadcasted more than other people. This is the double-edged sword of fame or infamy, right? You want to be this big star, it means you will have to deal with a higher level of scrutiny than other people. You see what I'm saying?
For real.
Of course, anything having to do with a minor is nothing lower than that, right?
Yeah.
But when people come here and be like, well, why are you talking about it? Did you talk about that? Don't worry about that. We're talking about this right now, right? And the reason why it's being talked about is because it's a possibility that this guy is a repeat offender.
Yeah.
And this guy problems seem to follow him, right? And that's an issue. That's a double-edged sword of fame. When you want fame, you also attract the higher level of scrutiny. And that's how it's always going to be.
For real. For real. How late am I to the party? Come on in. Link down there. You might have just finished work, so I understand. Yeah, you're gonna attract the scrutiny. You're gonna attract the scrutiny. He says he don't got no team around him. Is a one-man band. Well, you know, he's 28 now. He's 28 now. He's got to grow. He's got to learn. He's got to learn that people can make money off his name. And so he's got to be circumspect. It's only bloody common sense. You got to be circumspect. You have to understand. You have to understand what you're up against. You have to understand the position you're in. You have to understand that your position will garner scrutiny. You have to understand that you've got a bit of a name for yourself as being a bit reckless. And so you're a target. We don't know if the allegations are true or false. But either way, you've got Gervonta Tank Davis has got work to do on himself because he keeps on attracting negative attention. So he's got work to do on himself. He has to, you know, otherwise he'll be giving away all his money. He'll end up like a Broner. You know what I'm saying? What did the judge charge him? $700. I think the judge charged him $700,000 for smacking a lady's ass in a bar.
Well, Raphie, what I can say, he needs to use people like David too. I just a brethren of mine in the back chat for a group that we in, Charles D, shared a article with David Tour being broke after making over $20-something million in his boxing career. He's broke, living in a car, homeless.
I saw that article. Or I saw that headline.
It's not that damn hard to go broke. And as you said, Tank is 20, in his late 20s, heading into his 30s.
Yeah.
And as when you hit your 30s, you know, you should start thinking about life outside of boxing. And if you're spending all your money on legal fees and nonsense, and where you gonna go, bro? It's very, very easy to go broke. People like Holyfield and them went broke after making hundreds of millions of dollars.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Damn. That always scared me. Looking at them guys going broke, it always scared me as a little youth growing up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody dreams about being rich. And then I'd start seeing these articles about this sports star going broke, that sports star going broke. And I always focused on it. And then lottery winners going broke. David Tour going broke. Smash that like button, folks. Hit that like, subscribe, comment, and share. Not in silence, so I have to stay with the chat. Yeah, that's cool. And the gang, Leon Figures, good to have you up in here. Smash that like button. So if Tank Davis ain't careful, you know, sportsman's life is a short one. You gotta be focusing on those safe investments. Yeah, buy a property, but not MC Hammer style. MC Hammer bought a mansion, and for what? For what? Was paying a load of his friends for nothing. Really bad business model. Really poor business model. I mean, if you want to look after your friends, yeah, that's all well and good, but actually get them real jobs. If a real job comes up in your organization and you got a friend who's got the skills to do it and they're unemployed, then fine. Employ them. Employ them for an actual job. But you can't just be giving money away just because. That's utterly ridiculous. If you want to do that, then create a job and pay them to do a job. But don't even create a job. Just make sure their job exists and then hire them if they want to be hired. They may be offended. They may be offended that you want to hire them, but they wouldn't be offended if you gave them some money. So, David Tour, there's a picture. I ain't even got no picture. This site is horrible. This site is horrible. David Tour missing millions. People's Champ David Tour and the missing millions. I assume that's him with his lady. Okay. God-fearing teenager. from Samoa, rises from humble beginnings to become New Zealand's biggest sports star, squanders his riches and sinks into depression before finding peace as a mentor for troubled youth. Missing millions. It was 2 months after his failed world title bid that Davies Tour and Kevin Barry's relationship changed forever. Kevin Barry, I believe, went on to be the trainer of Joseph Parker. They were making their way to Auckland's Mercy Hospital so Tour could have a scan on his injured heel when the troubled boxer dropped the bombshell that would shake their 9-year association to its foundation. Are you guys ripping me off? Are you taking my money? Tour asked a startled Barry of his co-manager Martin Powell's handling of his financial affairs. The dispute concerned the way Tour's nearly $20 million in career earnings had been managed since Powell arrived on the scene at Barry's behest. The pair had met through Powell's partner taking part in Barry's fitness classes. Powell was a former nightclub owner who had previously declared bankruptcy, aged 26. Tour had grown increasingly suspicious of how his millions were being spent via Tuman Inc. Limited, and the tense meeting was held on January 24th, 2001, at his central Auckland apartment, where his family's lawyer tried and failed to get Barry and Poe to sign a new management contract. With a make-or-break fight against Daniel Nicholson a matter of weeks away, Barry and Powell managed to smooth things over and convince Tour to focus on reviving his flagging fortunes. But the bitterness and mistrust lingered, and things would never really be the same after. Oh, that's Kevin Barry. Oh, that's Kevin Barry back in the day. And Powell. Barry and Powell. Okay, I'm not going to read through all of this. I'm just going to get to something germane. It was not long after the contentious split, draw, whatever. Let's get to the humiliating public breakup stunned Barry, and he and Powell made it abundantly clear there were no intention. There were no intention of them going quietly. I believe it's time to make changes, and change is good. It's time to move on. Tour said, bringing one of New Zealand's sport's most successful partnerships to an ending. On September the 24th that year, Tour went on a national radio and sensationally told sports talk host Murray Deaker he had cut ties with both Barry and Powell, while the former was busy negotiating a trilogy fight with Rahman. The woman who Powell paid to look after Tour's accounts, Jenny Grant, quit and turned whistleblower, informing Tour that the Tuman Inc. Limited books were in a perilous state. OMG. OMG. So the woman whom Powell had paid to look after Tour's accounts said the books were in a perilous state. I will not be training David anymore. As we have a management contract, I will still work to the best of my ability to guide and manage his career. This time, Tour would not be talked down. The matter headed for the courts, and so began one of the most bitter, complex, and drawn-out legal sagas the country has ever seen. OMG. Case played out in the High Court in Auckland and featured explosive claims of forgery, deception, even kidnapping. The main source of contention was how Powell handled the money. He helped set up a complex web of companies, including Tauman Inc., through which Tour's earnings flowed. OMG. Why the hell would you need a complex web of companies? That sounds like some fraudulent behavior. What's going on? Notably, Powell was the sole director until July 2003, when Tua was added on his lawyer's advice. This gave him considerable power over the finances. By his own admissions, Powell's records were insufficient. Powell's, as a financial manager, and Barry as co-manager and trainer, were entitled to a set share of Tua's purses. Yet even court-appointed accountants struggled to track the distribution. Tours Inc. cash had funded the renovations on Powell's North Shore mansion. Though the parties disagreed about exactly how much had been spent, Powell said it was $86,000. Tua's lawyer claimed it was 10 times that amount. So Tua's lawyers claimed that it was closer to $1 million. OMG, Power and Kevin Barry. Wow. I'll post a link to this article. Kevin Barry and Tua. Wow. But this don't look good for Kevin Barry and the guy who appears to be a clear-cut swindler, Powell, who's working with Barry. He's brought in by Barry. So the guy that Barry brought in swindled David Tua. But I'm sure it wasn't just about the swindling that left him. That's bad. But then it's a question of how you handle the rest of the money that actually made its way to you. But according to this article and its court papers, it looks like the fella has been at least partially victim to what happens in boxing, the rip-off merchants in boxing. I'm just surprised that Pat Barry, longtime trainer of Innocent Joseph Parker, I'm just surprised that Pat Barry seemed to have been a part of this, or certainly implicated in this. Shocking stuff at the Iron Kong. Shocking stuff.
Man, Raphie, let me tell you, I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I don't know what to say. It's just, I just say a network of what companies, Raphie?
Network of. It was a complex network of companies that Tua's money had to go through.
Oh my God.
That's rough stuff. That's horrible. That's horrible. I didn't know about this. I didn't read about this back in the day. I didn't know about this, Kong.
Neither me. No clue. But it seems like them guys over there gets into some
shenanigans.
Unfortunate activities. Them guys over in that part of the world.
Yes.
You got Mr. Innocent Parker. My guy here with all sort of network of
complex network.
Fabergé eggshell companies. I don't know.
Damn. It's that's horrible. That's horrible. It's boxing unfortunately attracts shady characters.
Hey, that's how it goes in this game. But ultimately, he's not broke.
Yes.
So it was all for naught, right?
Well, I mean, he wasn't the one orchestrating it, was he? He was.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess whoever it was doing all that was benefited and bounced.
Yeah.
I know Mr. Tua, after risking his life in the ring how much ever times, is now destitute on the mean streets of where's he live?
Auckland.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he could hook up with Parker. Parker knows how to
Maybe you could work for Parker's distribution company.
I'm saying, supply chain, all of that. He could probably work with Parker, and
maybe he could collect. He could be the collect the funds, owing funds.
That's okay. Yeah, exactly. Go on. Massage, some people's kneecaps. Say, look, listen, I understand you owe Mr. Innocent, and we're gonna need that money.
Yeah,
we're gonna need that money.
Innocent Joseph Parker Incorporated.
Incorporated, and I am his collection agent.
Yeah.
You may know me from my previous life as a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
But today I'm simply here as a humble collection agent. Yeah. So we can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I didn't know that. I didn't know this about David Tour. As a matter of fact, while I'm here, because it looks like fascinating reading. It's one of those articles that I will actually read after the show. But let me just go ahead and put that the link there. You'll probably have to copy and paste that. But that's the link to the article. It's a long article, but it looks very thorough. Looks very thorough. It doesn't want to get involved with innocent Josie. Well, it's funny how this Kevin Powell begat Kevin Barry, and Kevin Barry begat Joseph Parker. You see, there's a chain here. There's a chain of shady financials, chain of shady activity, from Powell to Kevin Barry. Because Kevin Barry, he can deny any culpability, but he was the guy who brought in the shady Powell. He brought him in. It was at Kevin Barry's behest. So you'd have to look at Kevin Barry as at least culpable. At least he was, the very least, he was culpable. At the very, very least. You know what I mean? So that's crazy, yo. But you know what? I feel comfortable. I don't feel like I have to go any further with this thing. We covered the Javonte Davis situation that morphed into the David Tour situation when it turned out that when Iron Kong mentioned David Tour was in financial straits. And I remembered seeing the article, so I said, yes, let's talk about that. But it got a lot deeper. Than I expected. I just thought David Tour was just irresponsible with his money, which he may have been. But even before he got to that stage, you had two leading characters.
Oh, look at these two faces.
Look at them. This man ended up spending better part of $1 million on renovating his mansion. The next man's money. The link to the article is right there in the scrolling chat. Feel free to copy and paste that. If I remember, I'll put it in the proper comment section. So it should be easier to copy and paste. But this looks like a fascinating article, which I am going to read after this show. It's deep. It's very deep. As we know, Tank Davis is fighting on the weekend against Cruz. And then theoretically going on to a Ryan Garcia fight later in the year. You think they're going to fight? Or you think Tank and Davis are going to get it on mid part of this 2023?
I don't even know. I don't know. I would hope so, because I would like to see Tank Davis obliterate Ryan Garcia.
Right.
I think Ryan Garcia is a bum. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So I would hope so. They said they had everything worked out, but then Oscar De La Hoya said nothing has been signed, nothing has been agreed, which
no,
it's troubling to me. No site, no contract, no nothing.
It's horrible.
All everybody's saying is, yeah, it's done. But it's like, you know. So I honestly don't know. Boxing is an unpredictable sport, and we tend to get things when they are past their sell-by date. And the things that we do get, they're okay, but they're not the events we want. And you know, I hope so. I hope so. I don't know if it will happen because you know, they might say Tank has options on his side of the street. So who knows? And Ryan Garcia will probably keep sitting out and arguing with Oscar. I want Tank, only Tank. When you know he needs to be fighting regularly against, you know, step ups. Since the Luke Campbell fight, this guy has done nothing.
For real.
You know, he's writing off the one Luke Campbell win, and that's it. And basically, to me, he's just been a waste of space. And you know, I'm really hoping. But Ryan Garcia, to me, is wasting away his talent. He's a young man, but he should be. Look at what other people in his age range are doing, Raphie. Look at the people who are actually doing, and people who are coming up behind him as quote unquote prospects.
Yeah.
Keyshawn and all these guys.
Yeah.
Over on Golden Boy, they bring into the youth man. What's his name? Is it Kid Austin? Kid Austin.
Okay.
They're bringing to Kid Austin, and that he looks to be, you know, one of the best I've seen coming so far. So if Ryan Garcia want to continue BSing, that's up to him.
Yeah.
But you know, he's only gonna get worse, rustier. That don't help. You're a young man, you should be fighting regularly. And from what I understand, he passed up a tune-up. He don't want to fight no tune-up, just Tank. Ridiculous. Foolishness.
Well, you know, if that's what he said, then I hope they get it on. I hope Garcia's sincere, because I think Tank will fight Garcia. I'm sure Tank will fight Garcia. The question is, will Garcia fight Tank? And if he's saying that he's possibly don't want no warmth, he just wants Tank, well, hey, that's good news to me. I hope he's thorough with it. I hope he's 100 with it. But you know what's Oscar saying?
Well, Oscar said it was a bad idea.
Oh damn!
But, you know, Oscar doesn't. I mean, Oscar can't make him fight. But Oscar said on video it's a bad idea.
Dang.
So whoever is Ryan Garcia's manager, because Oscar can't manage him. Oscar's always his promoter. Whoever's his managers, his handlers, whoever his team are giving this guy bad advice, but it works in Tank's favor if they fight, so Tank can quickly put the beats to this bomb. Yeah.
And I think Tank would win. I think Tank, for me, Tank will, you know, he's a favorite. He's a favorite. I think Ryan, yes, he's got, you know, he's rangy and whatnot, but you can get on the inside of Ryan. Yeah, he can knock people out for sure, but you can get on the inside of Ryan. And I think Tank can detonate. Tank detonates on Ryan's chin. You know, I think that's it. I think, was it Luke? Who was that British boy you dropped and put him on his ass? Luke Campbell? Luke Campbell put Ryan on his ass. And Luke Campbell's not the heaviest hitter in the world. But he put him on his ass. I think Tank Davis could put him on his ass. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would look forward to that fight. May the best man win. I think Ryan gets put on his ass, though. You know what I mind? And with that, we're gonna call it an evening. I think we've covered more than enough. Been a good convo. Thank you, the Iron Kong, for jumping on. And your final words, sir.
I see the person Truth News talking about two people. No, I have not seen none of them. I don't know where them to fight. Let me know where they fight. If they fight on any, is it are they on a big promotion, small promotion? They have fights on YouTube. I could probably look them up. I never seen them to fight before, so I'll look them up.
Which two fights? Which two fights?
He's well, he or she is asking about two fighters that we probably should look out for: Atif Allbutton and Carmel Morton. So I'll check them out. Shoot news. I don't know who they are. I have no idea. So I'll look them up. But what? Because I think we were talking about the young people who are coming up behind Ryan.
Okay.
So them two people, but I'm saying Ryan Garcia. I think he's delaying the inevitable. I think there's a beating waiting for him, and he knows what's up. I think he also understands he's very vulnerable. I think the Luke Campbell fight opened his eyes a lot. That he really, I could really lose just like that, because if Luke had a real finishing instinct, a real finishing instinct, Ryan would have been done.
Yes.
But Luke Campbell is a lifetime, well, at least in the pro game, a lifetime second place finisher.
Yes.
He finishes second.
Yes.
That's what he does in the pros. I don't think if Tank puts down Ryan Garcia makes it out of the round. And that's what I'm saying. Ryan is making a big mistake, not fighting regularly.
Yeah.
He could have fought the Maxie Hughes fight. He could have fought those types of fights to keep himself active, keep himself going and growing as a fighter. And he's choosing otherwise. So, best of luck to him. I don't have much to say, Raphie, other than have a great 2023. I hope the Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio broadcasting live from Dawkins Towers grows, and none other people biting your style. No, you can't help that. That's just how we're gonna be. By the way, I have not seen the brother Dealey in a while. I hope he okay.
Hope he's okay.
I haven't seen him in a while around, so I hope he okay. Hope he and his family okay.
For real.
Again, Raphie. Peace to you, brother. I must say, it been great getting on your channel. You're a great guy. I didn't get to come Birmingham for the Commonwealth Games. I'm fast to meet you.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna reach up them sites. Check.
100%. We're gonna have to meet up.
Peace to you.
100%. We're gonna have to meet up. No question, no doubt about it. And likewise, thanks to the Iron Kong. Peace and prosperity goes out to him, a long-time friend of the channel. Always good to get the Iron Kong on, get a little conversation going, talk about things. Of course, not everybody's going to be happy in every situation, but that's okay. That's okay. As long as you keep it respectful, folks. As long as you keep it respectful. GT, the PT, Happy New Year to you as well, my good man. Happy New Year to all of you, all my subscribers. Peace and prosperity to you all. I enjoyed the show. It's a nice, what are we doing? 1 hour, 25 minutes to start the year off. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a few fights over the weekend. I don't think I'll be up that late to watch them. We'll certainly be talking about them in the days after. Okay, but there it is. The Javonta Tank Davis problem. Then the David Tua problem. You know what I mean? It's a nice show. I'm happy. There are a few more things to do. A couple more little things to do, and then it's unwind, straight to bed, and wake up nice and fresh for the working day ahead of me, ahead of you. So from me to you, It's the Raphie Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it's the hitting the bell icon. Stay updated with truth and with news and notifications. Don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's the Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. Happy New Year. Blessed.